My name is Heather Lowery, and this is my video for Police Community Relations for York Tech. I wrote my paper about body cameras being used by law enforcement. I truly do believe that all officers should be equipped with a body camera to record everything from a routine traffic stop to chasing down a gang member. Body cameras have been proven to effectively document evidence that can be used in court proceedings, crime scene evidence, domestic abuse, which is hard to prosecute. They can go into the scene, talk to the victims, talk to the perpetrator. They can get pictures of bruises, marks, anything, red marks that are going to disappear on the neck, anything like that. It's already recorded. And that is especially good for situations such as rape, where the victim may not be as forthcoming and where they might come in days later and be ready to actually talk about what happened to them, at least when the officer questions them originally once after it happens. They've got on their camera recorded any of the marks or anything like that on the victim. Also, the cameras are good because they can record the person's state of mind. They can record the way that they were reacting, say if the person's been drugged, anything like that, and that could be used later for scientific studies. I mean, any of the recordings could truly help with a lot of different things. Also, statistically, the body cameras have been shown to show a decrease in negative publicity, a decrease in excessive force being used by officers, and also a decrease in negative complaints. I read one article that said that a man in Florida tried to say that a cop used racial slurs against him and that he put his hands on him when he shouldn't have, basically, saying that the cop came at him aggressively and was totally unprofessional, and the man said that he was going to take it to the news if the department did not punish this officer. Well, the officer had a body camera. They pulled the video and they showed it to the man, and he walked out because he was lying. He was trying to get in the news, he was trying to stir things up, and he was basically a race baiter. We're seeing a lot of that right now, and I really do believe, like with the Trayvon Martin case, for example, if a camera had been there, we would know the facts. It wouldn't be, well, this is what he said and this is what mom and dad are saying happened, even though they weren't there. Or Michael Brown. If a camera had been there, no one can dispute those facts. No one can argue and try to say, well, this is what really probably happened. And two, when you've got a situation like that, like an intense situation that's going to be all over the news, if it's recorded, no one can dispute those facts. You've got the evidence right there. While a video is not a replacement for a true testimony by someone, it is enough to prove that person's innocence or to prove that they're guilty. I mean, you can put the video in front of the grand jury and they can have at it, basically. If that officer had had a recording of what happened with Michael Brown, I highly doubt it would have went to the grand jury. But who knows? Maybe in the future, if we're able to properly budget body cameras in for all police officers, then we'll see less of this and we'll have less racial tension, and that would be a great thing. But the fact of the matter is, most departments are not budgeted to be able to afford to implement body cameras for every single officer. Maybe we would be able to start small and put body cameras on those who are with like the gang units or undercover, anything like that, like anything that's going to be in a high intensity situation, basically. And then if we see that it is working, like statistics have shown and other departments have shown, maybe we could get something like that in Rock Hill and in some of the smaller communities that could truly benefit from the use of it. I truly do believe that cameras can help, and I truly believe that cameras can lower the tension between officers and between civilians or average people in the community, basically, because from what I have read, people act differently when they know that they're on camera. People are more likely to be agreeable with the officer, and they're more likely to do what they're told, even if they're not sober, if they're on drugs, anything like that. From what I've read, once they get told that they're being recorded, they act better. This could also help with the amount of deaths that we've had here recently. If people know that they're going to get recorded trying to attack a police officer, they might not try to. So that really is something to think about, because in today's world, we need all the protection that we can get for our law enforcement. So, in conclusion, I believe that body cameras should be worn by every person in law enforcement, and I believe that body cameras can truly help, and that body cameras can make our jobs easier and also show the public what we do on a day-to-day basis, because the videos would be available to the public. Thank you. That's all.